30 minutes, Channel 2 Action News has learned the mother of 3 killed in front of an elementary school was delivering food when she was shot and killed. Some parents decided to keep their children home today. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live at the school in Palmetto. Taisha, counselors were there for the students who were at school.
On February 10, 2026, at approximately 11:07 a.m., 34-year-old Eboni Anderson arrived at the front entrance circle of Palmetto Elementary School in Fulton County, Georgia. Anderson drove a black GMC Acadia to the school to complete a delivery assignment. She parked in the school's main car drop area and exited the driver's side, retrieving a pink duffel bag and 2 black backpacks from the back seat, placing them on the curb near the entrance. At the time, her 17-month-old son remained inside the vehicle. Also present in the SUV was 39-year-old Christopher Loris Ates, seated in the front passenger seat. Video surveillance captured Anderson as she organized the bags outside the vehicle. Following this, Ates exited the SUV and approached Anderson. Warrants and police reports later indicated that he assaulted her, causing her to fall to the ground. He then produced a firearm and discharged multiple rounds, striking Anderson and causing fatal injuries at the location directly in front of the school's entrance circle. Responding emergency personnel pronounced Anderson dead at the scene. Every case starts with evidence and ends with truth. We examine facts, not theories, details, not drama. Subscribe now and stay updated as we uncover the facts behind every case. The school housed more than 550 students at the time. Upon confirmation of gunfire, school officials initiated a hard lockdown. Students and staff remained in secured rooms while law enforcement responded to the scene and secured the exterior grounds. Following the initial lockdown, students were transported by bus to Bear Creek Middle School for dismissal at the end of the school day. Officials described the incident as related to a domestic dispute and confirmed that no students or staff inside the school were directly harmed. Investigators reviewed surveillance footage to reconstruct the sequence of events and identify the suspect. Inside the bags Anderson had set aside on the curb, officers located personal identification belonging to Ates, which linked him to the crime. Once identified, law enforcement issued warrants charging Ates with felony murder, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm in a school safety zone, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Police told us the shooter, Christopher Ates, was outside the school. Friends told us Ates had a child with the victim, Eboni Anderson, who had a total of 3 children. A Fulton County school spokesperson says the school went on a hard lockdown moments after the shooting because of this alert system. A staff member heard the shots, hit this button that triggered the lockdown for the school and police, and then administrators were able to quickly coordinate police escorting students to another school where parents picked them up.
Additional charges related to child cruelty and endangerment were anticipated due to the presence of Anderson's young child in the vehicle during the assault and shooting. Shortly after the shooting, authorities spotted a vehicle matching the description of Anderson's SUV in Middle Georgia. Officers attempted a traffic stop near Warner Robins, Georgia, but the driver, later confirmed to be Ates, fled at high speed. The ensuing pursuit reached speeds of approximately 97 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. The vehicle ultimately collided with the rear of a semi-truck on Highway 96 near the boundary between Houston and Twiggs counties, forcing the pursuit to a halt. The young child inside the SUV was evaluated by emergency medical personnel following the crash to ensure no injuries had occurred. Charges of second-degree cruelty to children were added in relation to the risks imposed on the juvenile. After the collision, Ates attempted to flee on foot but was apprehended by responding law enforcement officers without further incident. He was transported to the Fulton County Jail and booked on multiple offenses, including reckless driving, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, endangering a child, and weapon-related charges. In Fulton County, prosecutors filed murder charges and related firearm offenses against Eights. Court proceedings were scheduled to review the case, including evidence from surveillance footage, scene documentation, and witness interviews. Investigators also examined school district records, confirming that Anderson's children were enrolled in the local school system and that Eights was the stepfather of her twin 8-year-old sons. These records helped law enforcement and prosecutors understand the relationship between the victim and the suspect. Fulton County Schools Police coordinated with local agencies, including the Houston County Sheriff's Office and the Palmetto Police Department, to ensure full cooperation and the immediate custody of the suspect. School administrators communicated updates to parents and guardians regarding the measures taken to secure students and resume normal activities following the lockdown. Security protocols were reviewed, and the school continued to operate under heightened safety procedures. Following the arrest and initial court processing, the legal system prepared to advance charges, including murder, aggravated assault, and related firearm offenses. Additional hearings were scheduled to consider evidence, witness statements, and documentation collected at the scene. Forensic analysis of the scene, ballistic examinations, review of video evidence, and verification of witness statements included court preparation. Eights faced multiple pending charges, and the prosecution prepared to present a case demonstrating premeditation, assault, and endangerment. Legal representation for the suspect was arranged, and defense counsel prepared for hearings to challenge evidence, establish context, and examine procedural details of the arrest and investigation. Community response included coordination between law enforcement, school administrators, and parents to reinforce campus safety and child protection. Policies regarding delivery access to school perimeters, emergency lockdown procedures, and coordination with local police were re-examined. The investigation and subsequent legal actions were conducted under strict adherence to procedural standards to ensure the accuracy of charges, evidence handling, and accountability. At the time of reporting, authorities had not disclosed a specific motive beyond the domestic dispute context. Eights remained in custody pending court proceedings, and prosecutors continued to prepare for hearings to address all charges filed against him. Investigators maintained surveillance and evidence review as part of ongoing case management, ensuring that all relevant information was collected to support legal proceedings and potential trial outcomes. The case illustrates a sequence of events in which a domestic dispute escalated into lethal violence in a public setting. It demonstrates law enforcement response procedures, legal charge filing, and the steps taken to secure school environments, protect children, and apprehend suspects. Legal proceedings continued under the oversight of Fulton County and Houston County authorities to ensure that the case was fully documented, prosecuted, and resolved according to applicable laws and court standards. Facts verified. Case concluded. Justice is found in what remains proven. Subscribe for more verified stories and real criminal investigations.